NRR Mobile 48 back again, and welcome back to another episode of NRR. And today we're going to be reviewing the 2020 Coke Zero Sugar 400, and man, it was good until it was devastating. Jimmy Johnson and stuff, but we'll talk about that, once we rate the race. But we're going to look at our top 10 finishers, we're going to rate the race, and then we're going to look at the 16 drivers who have made the playoffs. And after that, once I start to wrap up the video, I'll tell you a future video episode that's coming during the week, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, somewhere around then. And also, you're probably wondering, who the heck is this? I'll explain later, but anyway, let's go ahead and review. Finishing first and getting their first career win, William Byron. Congratulations to William Byron getting his first career win at Daytona. I thought he would get his first career win at a mile and a half, like in Kentucky. Why Kentucky? I don't know. I just thought of a random track. But yeah, William Byron gets the win and advance into the playoffs. He said in his interview that he had confidence in, Chad Knaus and the guys that they could get 4 tires and make the most of it. And really, in my opinion, I'm just extremely blessed, and that is incredible, because I'm glad Byron won, because I did not want a Toyota to win. I was looking at Truex and Hamlin right behind it, but good job to William Byron. I bet it's been a hard couple years in the Cup Series for him and trying to get, his first win, with the team, and everybody on that team did an awesome job today and got them in the playoffs, and I bet it's amazing. And I bet it was intense racing Johnson and DiBenedetto. Like, that was probably the hardest track to points race. But Byron, they had a great stage 2 and kind of got back in the pack and got shuffled when everyone went single file. And really, I thought his hopes were up there, and then they were racing around the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto and the 48 of Jimmy Johnson in the final stage, and I was like, man, he's got to make something happen. And luckily he was able to push the 43 Bubba Wallace, and he made the 22 Logano, made some contact and opened up a hole for him, for Byron, and wasn't going to lift. It was an awesome move, and that was a 4-wide pass to get that second spot. But thanks to, I bet Byron's just happy. Congratulations to William Byron getting his first career win and going to the playoffs for the second year in a row. 300 cars are in it, and this is going to carry some momentum for the 2014 going into Darlington, because if I can recall, they did pretty good at Darlington in NASCAR's first race back. So we'll see what happens to them. Finishing second was Chase Elliott. It was pretty wild from Chase Elliott's seat. Like, in my opinion, I was surprised it took them as long as it did to wreck, for sure. But Elliott said that he's really proud of their team, and really, I feel like that they had a faster Chevrolet than they've had in the last couple of trips to Daytona, which is pretty good. And it didn't drive as good as I thought it would. Probably should have, seeing how Chase Elliott was kind of in the back or mid-pack. But I do think they were better by a pretty large margin, so that was nice. But and also in his interview, he said, congratulations to William Byron, getting your first win is something Byron will never forget, and that's a really special moment for him. Byron, he's worked really hard for that, and really, I'm happy for him. Chase said he was happy for him. Knaus and all the 2014, they've done a good job. But enough about William Byron, but congratulations, or good job for Chase Elliott. He's in the playoffs too. He finished his second here at Daytona, and he said that this car ran pretty well than the last couple of trips at Daytona. So watch out for Chase Elliott in the 2021 Daytona 500. I don't know, I'm making an early prediction, but overall, really solid day for Chase Elliott. Finishing third was Denny Hamlin. Now guys, if I was Denny Hamlin, I'd just be disappointed. Like, he did not do a good job. The lack of focus or whatever it was, not executing. Like, if you have control of a green-white checkered on a speedway, most of the time with the wind is going to come from the front road, and you have to just make sure you have the right moves. And he just didn't have that after he took the green. And really, I don't know what he was doing, and he didn't have a push from the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto, and he was clear of the 24 William Byron, just didn't pull down. I don't know what he was doing. Just disappointed for Denny Hamlin, but I guess they escaped some mayhem. They were in some mayhem, just a crazy race, but just everyone kind of out there for themselves, and all the pushing and shoving and body slamming and of whatnot. But decent finish for Denny Hamlin, but I bet he hates having control and not finishing. So, Hamlin, he's a 3-time Daytona 500 winner, and, he's very upset about not getting a win. He wants to tie Kevin Harvick with 7 wins, trying to show Harvick that he ain't giving up without a fight. But it's Daytona, it's plate racing, anything can happen. But overall, pretty decent day for Denny Hamlin. Finishing 4th was Truex Jr. Is that right? Truex finishing in the top 5 at a restrictor plate? Now I know it's the end of the world. Anyway, 4th place for Truex Jr. They got themselves in position there at the white flag and made a run through the travel and got to the outside of the leader there. The 14 and Clint Boyer and those guys were behind Truex. They were, his pushers, and they crashed. And as soon as they wrecked behind him, I bet Truex realized that all his help was going to be tough from there on out. But then, Chase Elliott just pushed the 24 William Byron back by them and ended up barely hanging on into 4th. Overall, it was a really good night for Truex. Their Toyota had a lot of speed, and they passed a lot of cars at the end and had to pit twice there at the end on those 2 cautions because, they flat spotted their tires and ran over all kinds of debris from those big crashes. And to be able to come through the field in a short amount of laps was a bit of fun seeing Truex doing that, but always nice when you leave here in one piece. And and I just thought that up of leaving there in one piece. That's a good thing to hear at Talladega and Daytona. So overall, if you're a Truex fan, just be glad that he came out in one piece and did not finish outside the top 30, how like he usually does at Talladega and Daytona usually. But overall, pretty decent day for MTJ. Finishing 5th was Bubba Wallace. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. A win was there, and then it wasn't. On to the next one. But yeah, Bubba Wallace had a pretty decent day in that 43. Still looking for his first career win. But, just wasn't meant to be. But we'll see what they can do at these next few races and at Talladega. We'll see what happens there. But overall, pretty solid day for Bubba Wallace. Finishing in 6th was Ryan Blaney. They work pretty well together. Joey Logano and Blaney, the first couple stages there, and then they kind of got shuffled back once or twice, and then they were kind of mired in the back, and everyone was 3 wide, and you can't go anywhere, and, then Blaney's job was just not getting in a wreck. But, he missed a couple of them and then had a decent run at the end. They had some good momentum going on the last couple laps and had some big blocks, and they kind of got stacked up and never kept their momentum going. But overall, not a bad night for Blaney's beautiful body armor Ford Mustang. I think it was called the strawberry banana body armor. But, that car, it was bright, but came home clean. I'm glad it did. Oh, thank you. That car was just beautiful. And, actually, Team Penske, having, Wood Brothers Racing as a Penske affiliated car, they got De Benedetto in the playoffs, which is good for that group. And, and I bet Blaney's looking forward to the next 10 weeks. It should be a lot of fun because, Blaney hasn't been doing... He's been doing okay in August. Like, okay. Not good, not great. Okay. Average. But we'll see how he does in the playoffs because there's some tracks that you should expect Blaney to do good. Las Vegas, the elimination race. So watch out for Blaney at these next few tracks. But overall, really decent day for Blaney and the Team Penske overall. Finishing 7th was Alex Bowman, and in his interview, he said he was super pumped for William Byron and the entire number 24 team. Really cool to see them get the win, and I also heard in Bowman's interview that he was bummed for Jimmy at the same time. It is a big mix of emotions there for Jimmy to miss it. But overall, for Alex Bowman, not a bad day for the 88. They had a really fast car, didn't drive really well though, but I have no clue how they didn't crash some of those times. Like, they got really lucky there at the end and ended up with a solid top 10 finish. So a pretty safe day for Alex Bowman. He has some mixed emotions. He feels really sad for Jimmy, but happy for William Byron. Those same 3 Hendrick cars make the playoffs, and then Elliott made it to the round of 8, got eliminated. Bowman and Byron made it to the round of 12. Let's see if they can extend it. But how Bowman has been these last few races, like, at the Daytona road course, and no, actually at the second Dover race and in today's race, or tonight's race. Well, actually, it's 12:08 a.m. and I'm not gonna edit this till tomorrow. It's gonna be uploaded tomorrow, but whatever. But yeah, Alex Bowman, And he's had a couple good races, so we'll see how he does in the playoffs, and that kind of carries into the announcement I'll make at the end of this thing. But overall, really decent day for Alex Bowman. Now you're probably wondering who this is. This is a cousin car I made when I was younger, and it's supposed to represent Brendan Gaughan. I know he's number 62, but there's a 26, so flip those around. We're gonna get somewhere. But finishing in 8th was Brendan Gaughan. Their Camaro had a heck of a run that night, and I heard in his interview that he said we saw pay dirt there at the end. I don't know what that meant, but whatever. But, third place coming out of turn 4, the 19 car just side drafted them and, pulled them back, and, he didn't have any help behind him, but what a night for them. Brendan Gaughan said he has to say thank you so much to, the Beer family, Darren Shaw, the crew chief, and Ron Lewis, the spotter. And Brendan Gaughan said, I also want to say thank you to Richard Childress and ECR Motors for all they do for them. And, for Brendan Gaughan, think about this. That's 2 top 10s this year at Daytona for Brendan Gaughan. What a way to go. Wow. I bet it was so much fun for them. And, they will see everyone in Talladega, and they'll actually be able to take the same race car because it's in one piece. So, yeah, that's going to be his final race. So, we'll see Brendan Gaughan at Talladega later in the playoffs. But overall, a really solid day for Brendan Gaughan. Finishing in 9th was Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher also had a solid night. It's like these races where you have some of the drivers you don't expect to see on a normal weekly basis finish in the top 10. But Chris Buescher able to get it in. He had a really solid night. Not as he had a better night than Ryan Newman, and Ryan Newman was just not happy. Had some choice words to say about Tyler Reddick, and then later in Reddick's interview he said completely on him. Going up into the fence and then, Kyle Busch just kind of got loose, and then that got Eric Jones loose, and into the wall, bam, chaos started. And that was a hard hit for Ryan Preece. Good thing he's okay. Oh, man, Ryan Preece just cannot catch a break with these hard wrecks. First it was at a mile and a half, and now, of course, it comes out of super speedway. But overall, really solid day for Chris Buescher. I'm sorry, I really don't have anything to say about Chris Buescher. But look, hey, gold star for you, buddy. And then rounding up the top 10, finishing in 10th, is Brad Keselowski. It's good to be in a good spot for the playoffs. Keselowski, they have a lot of bonus points, and obviously they wanted more than what they have. But, Keselowski, they're allowed to be greedy. But all in all, a good finish for them. It was not the most fun night, but, for Keselowski, but, he'll take it with, with their Ford Mustang and move on to Darlington. Hopefully have a great runs in the playoffs and get that second championship. So we'll see what Brad Keselowski do, because people are saying, we all know Hamlin and Harvick are going to make the championship for, but can Keselowski make it? We'll see. We'll just find out at the end of the season. But overall, really decent day for Brad Keselowski. Now let's rate this race. I was going to originally give this race 100% if Jimmie Johnson made the playoffs, but no, that did not happen. But it was still a pretty decent race. I'll give it an 85, or actually a 8.5 out of 10. It was a pretty decent race. Every time it went to commercial, I went to YouTube and I saw Denny Hamlin on board. They were showing that, and I was just watching that until it went back on, because when at a restrictor plate, you're just so worried about, wait, what's going to happen? What if there's a big wreck and stuff? And luckily that didn't happen, but that did happen in the Xfinity Series race, so yeah, but I rate this an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what you guys would give it in the comment section below. So here are your 2020 drivers who made the playoffs. Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, Eric Almirola, Clint Bowyer, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, and Matt DiBenedetto. And if you guys notice, there's only one team that has all 4 cars in the playoffs. Storehouse Racing got Kevin Harvick, with the 7 wins. Cole Custer with his win at Kentucky. Almirola and Bowyer made it in on points. Almirola, he made it on points. And they announced after stage 1, Clint Bowyer has officially made it in on points, meaning that there's only 2 spots left into the playoffs, and that was filled in by Byron and Benedetto. But yeah, that is it. Those are your top 16 drivers. And guys, here's the announcement. I will be making elimination videos. So it's going to start off at, each of the rounds. So before the Darlington race, I'll be predicting the 4 drivers who I think who get eliminated. Same thing at before the round of 12 starts, and before the round of 8 starts, and then before the championship 4, I will be predicting the champion. So yeah, I will have this round of 16 video up Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, probably Wednesday. I'll see what I can do. And yeah, that's about it. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, to talk about Jimmie Johnson just awful. I was very upset, and he had a shot, and it's plate racing. There's like nothing he can do, and really, it's not really Daytona that killed him. It's that disqualification at Charlotte, and you know, missing the Indy race that killed him. But hey, we don't talk about these last 3 seasons. We think about the other few seasons Jimmie has, you know, a legacy. 7-time champion, 83 wins, 5 in a row. That's amazing to think about. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys Wednesday, probably. We'll see. But anyway, that's gonna round it up. And also see you guys at Darlington. Peace out.